You know, I didn't have to have 70 fights, 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that
Terence "Bud" Crawford shocked the boxing world by defeating Canelo Alvarez and then sending a private message to Floyd Mayweather Jr. He did not mention money or records and instead spoke about legacy, telling Floyd that he could elevate what he leaves behind. Floyd reacted strongly in interviews, dismissing Bud's victory and explaining why he still considers himself the greatest of all time. But this situation is about more than just a potential fight. It represents a growing debate over boxing history and greatness. Crawford now holds the pound-for-pound crown while Floyd stands on his undefeated record, massive pay-per-view success, and unmatched global fame. Their legacies now appear to be moving toward a direct collision, and the entire boxing world is paying close attention.
Better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually moving weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. You know, he's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is it.
Head back to Las Vegas to understand why Terence "Bud" Crawford made such a bold statement. On September 13th, when he stepped in the ring against Canelo Alvarez, he was moving up 2 weight classes to face a naturally bigger opponent, and most experts believed the challenge was too much. Instead, Crawford controlled the pace, neutralized Canelo power, and consistently landed the sharper and more damaging shots. That performance silenced doubters and marked a historic moment as Crawford proved he could stay undefeated while conquering multiple weight divisions and cementing his place among the elite.
You know, you said something about what fighters go through, and you've seen enough guys that the game is taken from. It's a hard game to get through. Can you get a better ending than tonight? I mean, really?
Not at all. Not at all. This is the top of the top. You know, Canelo is, you know, an all-time great. Like I said before, he's the last one.
He was the A side of the age.
There's no more Canelos, you know. There's no more. So, you know, when you look around, you say, I'm the Canelo. You know, I'm the face of boxing now. I'm the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, like I always been. You know,
keep up with him. He was too fast. His feet, footwork was too good.
Do you think the scores was right on, or do you think maybe it was a little more towards Bud?
What were the scorecards?
115, 113, 116, 112.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah?
I feel like Bud damn near basically went every round, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about right. You can say that.
Now, with this accomplishment, Keyshawn, is he on the Mount Rushmore of
Hell
boxers?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah?
3-time undisputed. He just beat Canelo.
Yeah.
The face of boxing, so now you can say Bud is the face of boxing.
Greatest of all time, or?
Greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it can never be one great,
yeah,
but he definitely one of the greatest of all time, for sure.
Fans were no longer arguing whether Terence "Bud" Crawford was simply the best in his weight class. The conversation shifted to something much bigger as people began asking if he might actually be greater than Floyd Mayweather Jr. That is when the tension truly intensified. Floyd's entire legacy and public image were built around the idea of being untouchable, the flawless money Mayweather persona. But as Crawford's dominance continues to grow, his technical brilliance and fearless approach have placed Floyd's legendary status under real scrutiny in the eyes of fans and analysts alike.
You're backed by arguably one of the greatest of all time, right? Okay.
in the least amount of fights, you know, I didn't have to have 70 fights, 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that
the greatest of all time.
That is why Terence "Bud" Crawford went on the offensive, because when he said he could elevate Floyd Mayweather Jr. legacy, he was not just challenging him as a fighter, but confronting the narrative Floyd built over decades. Crawford was taking aim at the story itself, since Floyd carefully controlled his career by facing stars like Manny Pacquiao and Oscar de la Hoya at calculated moments and fighting Canelo Alvarez before he reached full prime, which left little room for criticism at the time. Now that Crawford dominance has shifted the conversation, the once untouchable narrative around Floyd is finally being questioned, and that is exactly the pressure Bud intended to create.
You see all these fighters, they doing the shoulder roll, you see, I mean, yeah. And not knocking the guys that paved the way. And I want to come on record and say, I'm appreciative for guys like Sugar Ray Robinson and Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard. So many guys that paved the way for me. But there's only one Floyd Mayweather. These fighters are not better than me. You look at the numbers, they say, oh, Canelo may end up beating more world champions than Floyd Mayweather. Boy, he should, with almost, 80 and 90 fights, he should. I beat more world champions than any fighter in history. I'm 50-0, but half of my fights.
But Terence "Bud" Crawford is not like everyone else, because for Bud, greatness is about having the courage to be exceptional every single time he steps into the ring. He did not wait for Errol Spence Jr. to decline, and instead faced him at his absolute peak and completely dominated him. And when it came to Canelo Alvarez, Crawford chose the right moment and dismantled a fighter who had ruled the super middleweight division, proving that his success is built on timing, skill, and fearlessness rather than convenience.
Feeling to be Chris Eubank's trainer, first of all? It feels good, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been his trainer before, so yeah, it's good. It's a no-brainer. Of course. Congratulations on the win. What's your first reactions to Crawford's victory? One of the greats of this era, right? Oh, definitely there. You know that. What do you want to see him do now? What I want to do now? What do you want to see Crawford do next? Do what he has this point now in his career where he can do whatever he wants to do. Who would you like to see him fight? Any names? Is there any names in particular you'd like to see? It doesn't matter. What about Canelo? Would you like to see him retire? I don't know. Canelo's not my spot. Okay.
But it carried a clear message from Terence "Bud" Crawford that he is the one willing to take risks others avoid, and that mindset separates him from Floyd Mayweather Jr. He is betting his career on bold challenges and high-stakes moments, and he believes that when fans compare their legacies side by side, that courage will be the defining difference people remember most.
How were you so emotional afterwards? Is it that you just realized everything that you achieved, the moment just hit you then?
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's just, you know, the history, you know, behind the sport is just everything that, you know, I trained for my whole life. It all was, you know, coming out that one night. That was all paying off. You know, you have a lot of people that, you know, adopted this narrative that Terence Crawford can't sell, Terence Crawford is not marketable, you know, and they push the narrative to the public, and that's all people write about. Oh, Terence Crawford can't do this, Terence Crawford can't do that. But any one of Terence Crawford fights, you see a sold out crowd, you know, but they wasn't talking about that. They was talking about how, you know, marketable I'm not, you know, and that kind of was hurting my career because, you know, a lot of people was looking at me and said, oh yeah, they said he's not marketable. Or they said he's not, you know, don't have a personality, things like that, because I didn't want to do things their way. I didn't want to put on a show. I didn't want to disrespect my opponents when they wasn't disrespecting me. Right. I wasn't, you know, I'm not a guy that, you know, wear jewelry for no reason. You know, just the things that I didn't want to do that they wanted me to do. You know, they go out there and say, oh, well, they lost money on me. You know, it's just crazy though to see me headline, you know, not one of the largest attending fight in America.
For Terence "Bud" Crawford, building a legacy isn't just about staying undefeated. It's about who you fought when you fought them and how you overcame those challenges. From his perspective, that is exactly why he feels justified in challenging Floyd Mayweather Jr. crown. Naturally, Floyd could not remain silent, and true to form he dismissed Crawford's achievement, claiming that Canelo Alvarez wasn't that impressive, that Bud record didn't match his own, and that defeating a handful of top fighters doesn't automatically make you the greatest ever. Floyd went 50-0, earned the biggest purses in boxing history, and remained untouchable in the ring. In his eyes, Crawford isn't rewriting history. He is merely standing in Floyd's shadow.
I'll let you know, there's no fighter that will ever be better than me. There's no fighter that wasn't better than me before me or after me or when I'm long gone.
The most striking part was Floyd practically brushing Crawford off, acting like he didn't matter to his legacy. He said, "When greatness comes up, it's always me. Crawford can't touch what's untouchable." That's Floyd's way of putting an asterisk on it. He's claiming the throne can't be taken, only imitated.
Because, like, if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him lightweight. He jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone.
But here's the reality. The clash is undeniable. Floyd Mayweather Jr. legacy was built on perfection. 50 wins, 0 losses, never faltering, conquering every challenge. He dominated the pay-per-view landscape and turned boxing into a billion-dollar empire.
When I set my sights on doing something and I know what I'm capable of, it's not like a surprise to me. It's a surprise to y'all because y'all didn't believe me. You know, but for me, I knew I could do it and I believed that I could do it. I just needed the opportunity.
Terence, when did you know that you were going to beat him over here on your left?
When he signed the contract.
He seemed to focus mostly on body punches, and you were hitting him in that a lot. Was it your reach that gave you the advantage?
It was everything. You know, he wasn't hitting the body or anything. He was hitting my elbow because I was blocking it. But, you know, I think I was the better man tonight.
At the heart of this battle for legacy is a clash between safety and risk, profit and true greatness, fear and fearless ambition.
The Crawford-Canelo fight, and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. You know, greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches, not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists. You know, everybody plays a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence? Yeah. Oh, of course. Of course.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. will always claim he was the smartest and insist he was the bravest. But Terence "Bud" Crawford words cut deep because for Floyd, his legacy has always mattered more than any paycheck.
They were saying that if he beats Canelo, it could put him as even the greatest of all time. What does that put him in the all-time list, man?
At least top 10.
At least
yeah,
top
10 or top 15, easily, you know? There's guys that we may not know of or heard of, like Henry Armstrong. Simultaneously, he was 3 divisions carrying all 3 weight divisions at the same time.
Which performance was better? I don't like to compare them, but Crawford or Mayweather's over Canelo. Like it's just different.
It's just different styles, different looks, you know. But the punching, the output that he was giving Canelo, definitely gave him the win.
Keep in mind, Floyd Mayweather Jr. only reacts this way when he senses a genuine threat. Right now, Terence "Bud" Crawford isn't just stacking wins in the ring. He's earning respect and admiration. He holds the pound-for-pound crown, defeated Canelo Alvarez when nearly everyone doubted him, and is being recognized as one of the greatest ever by experts, legends, and rising stars alike.
Let's name the. We gotta put the 5 up. Oh, what 5? Robinson is the greatest.
Who?
Sugar Ray Robinson.
Man, niggas ain't even see that.
I YouTube him, nigga. I YouTube. He on YouTube. Check YouTube. Nah, it's like this.
It was fun.
Sugar Ray Robinson is fun. No, you're wild. We're not saying that. Listen, it's like this. It's like this. It's like
Robinson has evolved.
It has, but I'm saying.
And Sugar Ray Robinson didn't even know how to pick his hands up.
Hold up, it's like
watch
this.
him fight Jake LaMotta. He was hitting that nigga with non-stop hooks.
over and over.
But you're not counting like this. That's like saying Wilt Chamberlain. That's like saying Wilt Chamberlain is not that. If you dominate in the era where you're doing shit that nobody does in the era, nobody was doing that.
Wilt Chamberlain, did they have a 3-point line?
No.
Oh, I don't want to hear about him.
He scored 100 points.
Doing what?
It don't matter what he did. 100 of these, nigga. 100 of these.
That's ass.
On top of that, Terence "Bud" Crawford knows how to make an impact with numbers. His Netflix fight filled arenas, created global buzz, and attracted one of the largest boxing audiences worldwide since Floyd Mayweather Jr. faced Manny Pacquiao.
This is the situation, guys. No one has ever been a 4-division champion in boxing. Not a real one. Oh, Pacquiao won 8 and Oscar De La Hoya won 11 and this one won 15. No, I'm talking about Ring Magazine champ or lineal champ. You are the champion of that division. Forever, the record was 3 by Henry Armstrong. Manny Pacquiao was the first dude to really win 4. Floyd gets credit for 4 for beating Canelo, but that wasn't at the junior middleweight limit. I don't count that. I don't count that. Terence Crawford just joined Manny Pacquiao as the only legit 4-division champion in the history of boxing. And he did it by jumping middle. He came lightweight, junior welter, then he won a belt at junior middle, not the whole championship, and then skipped middle to fight Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed, for the Ring Magazine super middleweight championship of the world, and left no doubts, including with Canelo, who was all class after the...
That is why Floyd Mayweather Jr. fired back, not because Terence "Bud" Crawford insulted him, but because Bud stepped into a space Floyd always considered untouchable. The pound-for-pound crown, the headlines, the pay-per-view buzz, it all belongs to Bud right now. For the first time since retiring, no one is certain how Floyd will respond, and everyone is wondering if Bud is truly on his level. But here's the twist: Crawford isn't chasing Floyd. He has always respected him, calling him one of the all-time greats, training in his shadow, and acknowledging the influence Floyd had on his career. Bud has never needed Floyd's permission or approval to succeed, and that makes this different. His message wasn't about chasing fame or lining up a payday. It was about showing that taking risks, demonstrating courage, and pursuing real goals matter more than simply being flawless. Crawford knows stepping into the ring with a 48-year-old Floyd past his prime wouldn't enhance his legacy. That is why Bud isn't buying into the hype. His legacy is already secure, and the boxing world is celebrating it.
I thought Terence fought a virtuoso fight. Terence never let Canelo get into a rhythm. Terence never allowed Canelo to get anything going, and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason. But Terence was able to do it for 12 rounds, and in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is the mark of a superstar, man.
There are plenty of fans and legends who side with Floyd Mayweather Jr., believing that his records and paydays speak for themselves. Floyd is widely regarded as one of the greatest boxers ever, a standard many think can never be surpassed. Yet others are rallying behind Terence "Bud" Crawford, seeing him as the fearless fighter willing to take risks Floyd never would, moving up in weight and facing anyone at any time. He is now recognized as the pound-for-pound king and, to many, the true GOAT of this era. Analysts like Max Kellerman have praised Crawford's willingness to challenge himself, saying it gives him an edge over Floyd in meaningful ways. One thing is certain: Floyd isn't likely to stay quiet in the face of that bold claim.
Take a guy like Canelo, this guy can do, he can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell you the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy.
Guys, right now, I think Crawford is a little better than Mayweather, but Canelo...
Right now, the spotlight isn't on Terence "Bud" Crawford Canelo Alvarez. It's on Crawford versus Floyd Mayweather Jr. legacy. That is the deeper battle at play. So where does it go from here? Floyd will keep talking, downplaying Bud's achievements, reminding everyone of his 50-0 record, and painting himself as untouchable. He might even stage another spectacle just to stay in the headlines. But Crawford doesn't need to respond. His actions speak louder than words. He just defeated Canelo, made history at 38, and has already been crowned the pound-for-pound king. Make no mistake, this story isn't fading. Crawford's words struck a nerve, and Floyd isn't one to let that smoke settle without trying to put out the fire.
Generational wealth. Even like when my children, all 4 of my children, are adults. And I told them, no more handouts. Because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money. I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. I told them, listen, you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that, and then I need my grandchildren to come behind you guys.
That is the story in full. Terence "Bud" Crawford told Floyd Mayweather Jr., "I'll raise your legacy asterisk," and Floyd hit back hard, downplaying Bud's victory, boasting about his 50-0 record, and insisting no one could touch him. Now the real question is which will stand out more, Floyd's flawless record or Bud's courage to take bold risks? Share your thoughts in the comments, like the video, and join us for Fight Day. The next chapter is coming, and you'll be part of it.